On the line with an update, Gauteng MEC for Education, Panyaza Lesufi. MEC, a very good afternoon to you. Thank you so much for joining us. We understand you've come out of that meeting now. Do tell us, what was the outcome of that meeting?
Well, thank you so much, Alicia, for the opportunity. Bad news before I can even speak on the issue. I've just received reports, Alicia, that the deputy principal in one of our schools in Duduza, Nigeria, has just been shot dead inside the school premises. So it's something that is unfortunate. So it doesn't really pause here. But and I want to extend my sincere condolences to the family and the colleagues at the school. We'll give you details later about the story. But Alicia, going back to the issue of Klipspruit West, we've just concluded a meeting now with the second group of educators that are based at Klipspruit. I met with the first group that are mainly members of SADTU. We've reached an agreement that is going to be placed with the teacher union provincial leadership around 5 o'clock this afternoon. I'm hopeful that the agreement that is placed with the announcement of the provincial leadership so that it can pave way for all teachers to come back to school. I met also with the teachers that are based at the school, that remained at the school, and we also presented the same agreement. They unanimously also endorsed that agreement, which means that at least we've got an agreement that we can work around. So I'm quite convinced that on Thursday the situation will be back to normal.
And then MEC, what is this misconduct that those teachers have been accused of? Have you done any thorough investigation? I know that you're currently conducting an investigation, but any notion at this stage as to what is this misconduct that they're being accused of?
Well, and that's our point, to say if there is misconduct, allow the disciplinary committee of the department to deal with those matters. Because if we have allegation against a certain teacher, it does not mean that teacher is guilty already. It must be given the opportunity to respond to the allegation. So let everyone come back to work. Let the departmental disciplinary committee deal with those issues, and that's where we have.
Now, MEC, was it SADTU? I know that you've just mentioned the fact that SADTU has agreed that the teachers will go back to school by Thursday. What if this then doesn't happen and maybe the teachers are barred from entering the school? Are you going to close down that school as you have threatened this morning?
Well, fortunately, we met all parties. We met the parents. They've agreed to stay away from the school. We've also appointed a security company to be based at the school. We also have police that are patrolling the school. But we also had the entire leadership of teacher educators that have agreed that everything must go back to normal. So let's give that space, that opportunity, a space for it to develop. But when we meet with the provincial leadership of COSAT later this afternoon, I'm quite convinced that we'll reach an agreement that will ensure that everything goes back to normality.
All right, and MEC, finally, before I let you go, we understand that about 28 schools were affected by this, of course. Do you have any contingency plans, particularly for the matric learners that we know are currently engaged in their matric examinations?
Let me assure all parents in all schools in Soweto and the 20 schools, no examination process was compromised. Schooling continued as normal as possible. I also met with all these teachers that stood away from work. They've committed that they're also going to wait for the outcome of the meeting at 5 o'clock. And if the outcome is favorable, they'll also go back to work on Thursday.
MEC, thank you so much for that update. We'll definitely get back in touch with you as, of course, this story develops. That is Gauteng Education MEC, Mr. Panyaza Lesufi, on, of course, that meeting. He says they have met with all the stakeholders surrounding, of course, the Klipspruit West Secondary School. And the agreement was that all the teachers, including SADTU, in this agreement, that all the teachers will be returning to school on Thursday.